Hello the class. In this video, I will discuss with all of you more about HDFS. It means the Hadoop distributed file system, the most significant component or subsystem of the Hadoop framework. Okay, we will access some directories. Then we will create several new folders inside of HDFS, and then we will copy some data files there. Okay, let's get back at the SSH terminal window that we are using to access the HDFS. We already saw this before, is right? We use this command line HDFS space DFS space -ls space and then / to access the contents at the top level of the HDFS storage of our cluster. And we have seen there are 3 directories or folders: Hadoop, GMP, and users inside at the top level of the HDFS storage. Okay. Now, and we already mentioned that we will use this directory with our project. Okay. So now I would like to access it to see is there anything there. Now let's run a command line to access the contents of the directory /users. Okay, the same thing, HDFS space DFS then /ls / and now we put users there. If you remember that we have discussed some basic command line that we can use in Linux, and you remember that there is a command cd to change the directory or folder in Linux. And you may ask, why don't we use it here? Why do we have to rewrite the whole command line like this one? It's very it's long, is right? Instead of cd /user or user whatsoever, it's much easier and shorter, is right? Okay. I would like to be clear right here so that you are not confusing. You are not confused. We are currently inside. We are using the HDFS to access the HDFS storage. We cannot use the normal Linux commands. And for example, when we have to access the contents of a folder, we have to rewrite the whole command like this one. Yes, we cannot use a cd. Okay, that command is for Linux operating system, not for the Hadoop framework. Okay, in Hadoop framework, if we want to access the contents of some directory or folder, we have to write the whole path of it. Yes. Now, here we would like to access the contents of the directory /users. We already did it. Now let's press enter. Yes. Okay. Now it shows us there are many folders or directories already in this directory, is right? Many of them. HBA, HDFS, Hive. Okay. All these folders have been created by the system for us and ready for us to use. These folders are owned by the users HDFS, similar like here. You see? Yes. And these users also belong into the group users header. And with the permission type set for these folders, It means we, as the other users, we can access them, we can create new content, we can read the contents there. However, we cannot change name or delete a file if we don't create that file. Okay, yes. Now, let's create a new directory inside this one. I would like to own that directory. Okay, and I create a new directory for me. Okay, and here is the command: HDFS DFS dash make here. Okay, first users, then I use text. Okay, this is my user ID. I can name whatsoever I want. You can name whatsoever you want, but I recommend you use your account user ID to name the new directory. Okay, and we will use it for our project. Okay, now, so I say again, now we would like to create a new subdirectory or new subfolder under the /users. The folder name is inewtech, that is my user's name. It means I create this new directory, so I will own it. I will be the owner of this newly created directory. Okay, now press enter. I expect that when I access the content of the /users directory again, I will see my folder. Okay, let's do this. Okay, now you remember that we used this command before to access the contents of the directory /users. Yes, we use it again now to check the contents to be sure that we will see the newly created directory or folder there. Is right? Okay, let's press enter. Okay, now let's look at of this one. You see it here? Yes. The new subdirectory or new subfolder has been created, and its name is my user's ID. And now let's look at up this one. You see it? Yes. The owner is me. Now they add me, it means the user ID inewtech, into the Hadoop group. They did it automatically. Yes, so that I can own this directory. Okay, and now let's look at the permission specified or set for this new directory. I am the owner. I can do whatsoever I want. Read, write, execute. For other member of the group, only read and execute, and the same thing for all other users, but cannot write. It means cannot create new contents, cannot change the contents of this directory or folder because I own it. Okay? Yes. See? And you should do the same. It means the same thing. Is right? Okay. Now I would like to access the contents of the new subfolder. Oh, sure, there is nothing there. Yeah, but I still want to do it. And we already knew that to access the contents of a folder in the HDFS storage, we will use this command line, right? Okay, and instead of we have to retype every time we run the command. What I do is I copy the command into a notepad file. Okay, and I would like to repeat here. I copy the command line into a notepad file. It means a pure text file. And then whenever I want to run it, I paste it, and by that way, much faster and much more convenient then I have to retype every letter of the command line. Okay, and for example here, yes, and then I would like to ask the contents of this folder under HDFS, so I will put the full path of it. So, yeah, let me correct it, yes, and then I will press enter. Okay, nothing, and that is correct. Okay, and now I would like to use this folder to store some data files. Therefore, I will create another new subfolder under this one, and I name it as data. Okay, and with that, I can save or store the data file under it. Okay. The same way, I will copy the command line from a notepad file to be more convenient. Yes, I already copied there. Now I paste it back. Okay, and I will have to type the full path of the new subfolder. It should be, yes, and the name of the new subfolder is data. Okay, yes. So you see, in the HDFS storage, I mean in the HDFS environment, when we want to do anything, we have to type the full path of the directory. Yes, like this one. And now press enter. Yes. Let me check again. We run this command line on this newly created subfolder data, and there is nothing there. And that is correct. Okay. We just mentioned that we will save or store several data files under this folder. That's right. And you remember that when you created the cluster, you also created a bucket. It means some kind of cloud storage in GCP. And we associate that bucket with the cluster that we created. Is right? Okay. And we also remember that when we created the bucket, we also uploaded 2 data files there. Okay. And yes, we will get back to the bucket to see the data file. We will copy the data files from the bucket into the HDFS. Okay, we have seen the bucket in GCP storage before, is right? We created this bucket, and then we uploaded these 2 data files here. Okay. One data file is user data.csv, about 162 kilobytes, and the other one is much bigger. It is a web log CSV and around 5 meg. Okay. What we want to do now is we want to use these data files with our Hadoop frameworks in our cluster. Okay. Therefore, we will copy this data file into the HDFS. It means the distributed storage system of our cluster. And previously we have seen how we can access the contents of the HDFS, is right? And we also have created some subfolders there to prepare for this data file. Okay, we have just reviewed the contents of the bucket, and we have seen the two data files there. And now we got back to the terminal, and here is we are currently accessing the contents in the HDFS. In the next video, I will show you the steps of how to copy the data files from the GCP bucket to the HDFS.